And welcome back, Firewood addicts, to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. Today, maybe not something new, maybe new to people who are new to the channel, but I have something that I want to share again with you, and it's some theft. Let's get into it. So I woke up one morning this week, and I got a notification on my phone that there was some movement on one of my cameras that I have set that's facing the firewood stand, and one of the cameras gets a lot of notifications because it triggers almost every time a car drives by. It's that sensitive, but one of them was notification of my main camera that is in my driveway. So I looked at it real quick, and lo and behold, there's a vehicle stopped in the road. So when I had a minute in the morning, I went back and I looked at the footage. I downloaded it from my phone, sent it to myself via email, and brought it up on my computer so I can take a better look at it. So without further ado, let's check out the footage. So a sign that so I'm looking up at the screen while this is going. A sign that at least for me, am getting theft is they park on the road. So this is at like 1:30 a.m. in the morning, and they're parked on the road. There's snow on the ground, so it's cold, and so no one else is on the road in theory, so they can park on the road. And they think that by parking on the road, no one that my cameras won't pick them up, which they are incorrect, obviously, because I can watch them right here. So see him back to open up his back hatch, walk to the stand, and he goes to it, and he sees the sign that I have on my bundles, and the sign I'll show here. And the sign basically says, "This wood is not free. If you need help with the wood, let me know, but it's not free." He takes the sign and he puts it on the other rack, which I think is the bonfire rack right next to it. So he reads the sign, does not care, and continues to take wood. The sign drops, he puts it back up, and then he does this thing where he puts money in the cash box. So even if I'm watching the video live and I see that he's putting money in the cash box, then my stress and my worry should be fine. They should be subdued, right? But and he made it so you could hear the lid of the cash box close and kind of bounce. But if you look at the footage closely, there's no way that he had money in his hand. It was just an act. Like when I zoom in right here, there's no way that he had it in his pocket or had it in his hand or whatever. He had to shift the bundle around, and bummer. So again, I maintain that if someone is in dire need and they need to take firewood from the stand, and they're warm for an evening, and I'm out $5-10, I'm okay with that. But it's when it happens again and again, and I'm out $10 a week, $20 a week, again and again, that adds up, and that becomes a problem. That sucks. So, and I know that I've posted about theft at the firewood stand before, and I've received a bunch of comments, everywhere from "it's my fault because I don't lock it up," or "I should lock it up," or "have cameras." Well, have cameras and they're not deterring anything, to having like a wall of shame, like taking a screenshot of this person's face and having like a plexiglass thing outside saying a wall of dishonor, saying that or showing other people that you stole firewood and that's not cool because it's not. It's unfortunate that people know of the stand and they can go to it at any time. It's open 24/7 and come and take wood and go, and there's no repercussions. At this angle, I can't see the person's license plate. Even if I did, what would I do with that? I'm not going to report a petty crime like this. So I'm not complaining in this video. I'm just showing current affairs of day in the life of just a guy with a side hustle, and I sell firewood at my firewood stand, and that stand happens to be open 24/7 with lights, but there are cameras on it. So, yeah. So maybe this person or other people who have stolen wood from my wood yard or my firewood stand have driven by it in the daytime, and they take a glimpse in my backyard and they see that there is plenty of wood in the backyard. I have lots of wood that is dry, that is being seasoned or in log or round form that's ready to be processed. So they may think to themselves, well, this guy's a lot of wood. He can spare a few bundles or a rack or two because I need it for whatever reason, and I don't really care because he has plenty. Well, that could be the case. That could be the case. Yes, I do have plenty of wood and I can spare some. But it's the principle. People who do firewood, or especially the ones who are firewood addicts, we know that firewood is a lot of work. It's work. From having to buck the rounds, to noodle if necessary, to split them with a wood splitter or even an axe, to stacking the wood. It takes a lot of time. And even though you work hard now to cut and split and stack, it would take months for that wood to dry. And even at the firewood stand, when I get a sale and I'm not involved in it, I just see wood missing and I go to the cash box and there's money in there. That's on a level of passive income where I'm not doing anything at the time to earn that money. But I did put in the time and hard labor months prior to process and stack that wood. So there was wood, so there was effort being made, hard work, sweat, tears, maybe blood with like blisters and such involved to make that wood ready to be sold months down the line. So there's a level of passivity income with the firewood stand, but we do know that it takes a lot of effort to make firewood. So that's why firewood is not cheap. It shouldn't be cheap. It should be a way more than what people want to pay for it. But we know that there's a threshold of what people will pay without having to go crazy. So yeah, so this is an example of just more theft. It happens. I think in my tally, I think I have like $40 worth of wood stolen thus far this year, which is, I guess, not too bad. Granted, it's at the end of February, so I'm sure I'll have more in the next 10 months. But just a quick update on the firewood stand. Just wanted to share this with you. Theft. I know a lot of people are going to say it's my fault for not locking it up or to have a better system. And I have posted a question out to the community before. Give me some solutions. I don't want to close the stand. I don't want to babysit it. I do have customers who come late at night. They want to have a fire outside, have a few beers, and they come late at night and they want firewood. And that's fine. And I don't want to close it down at like 10 p.m., for example, with a gate or a lock, and then getting up early at like, 5 or 6 and having to open back up. That's a lot of work and effort on my part. So again, I'm not complaining that the wood is stolen. It sucks. This is not an episode that's me that is me complaining. I'm just saying this. I'm just sharing that firewood stands or people who sell at a roadside stand like this will have theft, and I guess it's a part of the game, the part of the side hustle, that theft happens. It sucks, and I hope that the firewood gods will strike these thieves down with a bolt of lightning or of knowledge that says internally that they did someone wrong and they need to come back to the firewood stand and put some money in that cash box. I don't want the people to be harmed. I don't know what I would do if I was able to confront these thieves. I don't want to get in a fight. I'm not that much of an angry person. Having a physical altercation with these people, I don't know. If you have any ideas of how to make the firewood stand more successful or more efficient or to deter theft, let me know. I do have more cameras that I bought more cameras to set up within the firewood stand so I could get better footage, because right now you can't see a face and I can't see if people actually do put money in the cash box. So I have spots on the stand to do so, and I have to have cameras that I feel that I can secure. It's just a matter of installing them, and that's my fault for not doing that. I mean, as you know, as a firewood addict, time is not on our side, and there's wood needs to be split, it needs to be cut, it needs to be stacked, covered, whatever involves firewood. There's always something to do, but I think I need to prioritize those cameras. So just a quick video. I hope there's not too much of me ramblings about and stuff. Stay tuned. I'm glad. So I hope that you watched the first Firewood Addicts podcast series. I think that was. I think I posted this last weekend. And this episode here should be on a Monday or maybe a Wednesday. One of those days. But I think this should have been a podcast prior to this episode. I hope that you watch that. I'm super excited about that series. But yeah, enough about that. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Until then, stay safe, keep cutting, and see you next time. Cheers.